Do you have a special project that needs a new quilt design that you just don't have? Well, look no further than graceframe.com and our new design store. I'm so excited to be able to show you all of the features that we have in our design store, and my favorite feature for inspiration and creativity, our Picture Stitcher, where you can take any of your favorite photos and turn them into a quilt design. How crazy is that? All right, so I'm going to be working on my QCT tablet because you know that if you purchase a design from us in the design store, you know it's going to be compatible with your QCT. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see, because y'all know I'm blind. And we're going to just start by going into the design store, which again you can find on graceframe.com, design-store. And let's start just by looking at how can you search for the perfect design. So you're going to see over on the left-hand side, there are filters that you can use to find things. We have this great area of special offers. You know, what are the best sellers? What's just come out? What are some free designs that you can have here? And then we've got categories. And if you click more, you'll see all the different categories that are available to you. And then you can also search by type. So if you're looking for a particular block, you want an edge-to-edge design, you want a border and corner, whatever it is that you need, you can search for that. And you can click or unclick as many of these as you want for your project. So I'm going to start with I'm going to be looking for some block designs. And once I'm in the block designs, you see that we have different ways of looking at them. So ones that work really well for squares, for triangles, something more circular, what we call motifs, and even ones that are going to make great corners. And I think I'm just going to start with a triangle, because I know in the quilt that I'm going to show you stitching out some of these designs that we purchased today, that I do have some triangles that I want to emphasize. And so I can literally just search through and scroll on my web page all of the triangle designs that we have, and you can see we got pages and pages of them. Or I can also search for designs by putting in certain keywords to try to find those. And let's see what kind of a mood I'm in today and the quilt that I made. Maybe I just want some hearts. Maybe a cute heart design, because I love this quilt. All right, so I have some heart designs in here that I can choose from for my triangular blocks. And then when I'm ready to purchase those, ooh, like I think I really like this one here, then I'm just gonna go to the shop now. And I'm gonna click on that, and then I'm ready to add this to my cart. And if you aren't already signed in, it's going to prompt you to sign into your account. Now, I'm going to go ahead and leave that in there because I do have a few other designs that I want to find for some of the different blocks. So we're just going to kind of peruse through that. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content, product support, and just great quilting inspiration. And let us know in their comments if there's something that you'd like to see, and we'll try to make that happen for you in the future. Okay, so I decided to kind of focus more on hearts and love because I have an idea of a picture that I want to use for the centerpiece when I get to the Picture Stitcher. So I have added a bunch of things to my cart, and purchasing is really easy. So I can just go into my cart, and I can see all of the designs that I have decided that I want to get and what they're going to run me. And then if I have any promo codes, I just simply need to check out, and I am ready to download these. Now, what if I'm like, maybe I'm not so sure about this one yet, but I don't want to lose it. So one of the things that I can do is I can add it to my wish list. And so you'll see in this case, because I'm already in the design, that it's already in my cart, I've got a little add to wish list here. And that's now going to move that to there. And so I'll show you also, like if you're just perusing, right? Let's look at some of the new releases, and maybe there's, ooh, like I like the spooky season, and maybe I need this for later, but not for this project. I can just click on the heart on the design as well, and that's going to put that in there. So What I can also do to save myself a little bit of money is I can subscribe. So we do have an option for a monthly subscription where you're going to get 10 credits monthly for $20. So you can already see how much money I would save using the subscription model just in those designs that I picked out just today. So check that out. And again, make sure you are logged in to your account to do that. All right, so I'm going to purchase my design, and next I'm going to show you how you can download those designs. All right, so once I've purchased my designs, they are going to be saved for me on the website, and all I have to do is go to My Designs. And all the designs that I've purchased will be available to me in here, and I can download those. Or if I want to check out the ones that I have on my wish list, I would just go to wish list, and then you can see the one that I saved for later. So I'm going to go back to library, and I'm going to show you how to download your designs. So as you can see, there's a great big download button for you on the side, on the right side. So you're just going to click on that, and you can see the different types that are available to you. And so the two that are the most compatible with QCT6 are going to be the CQP and the DXF. The rest of them you can try to use, or they're for other systems. So if you are using something other than QCT, we do have a file format to work for you as well. And so I like to just download the whole zip folder because I'm not sure which of these two that I want to use. And so I'll click on the download zip, or you can click on the specific one and download that. So we'll do a couple of them in different ways to kind of show you the difference. So once it has downloaded my design, I can go right to the file here. And if I did download the zip folder, then the first thing that I'm going to need to do is unzip that folder. So when I click on that, you'll get an option to extract all. Just follow your prompts, and then all those will be there. So I'm going to continue to download the rest of them, and then I'm going to show you how do you get them into your QCT software. All right, so as you could see, each time I have to click on the individual file that I want to download if I don't do the zip. So the next step is, how do I get it into my QCT software? And that is super easy, and I just recommend that you open yourself up another File Explorer. And then you're going to go to your local disk. On mine, it's located as the C drive, and you're going to find the Powered by QuiltCAD. And you're going to open that up, and you're going to find another folder that's called Patterns. And it's up to you how you want to put these in here. You can file them in the specific ones like Edge to Edge or Block or whatever, but I have my own little special folder that I put all my stuff into, and then all I need to do is copy my files. So I can click all the ones that I want to transfer. I'm going to start just with these. And I find it easiest to copy or cut. If I cut, then I don't have to delete later. And then I'm just going to go in here, and if I want to make myself a new folder, I will, just to make it easier when we get to the thing. And then you'll see the little paste, and all those that I just downloaded are now in my paste file. And I'm gonna do the same thing for my zipped files. All right, so those files are now in our software. So all I need to do is open up my QCT, and I can show you real quick that they are there. So when I click on Patterns and I click on my folder, you'll see all of my designs here. So I'll click on this one here, which is the heart triangle. And there's that design. And so it's just a matter of placing it on your quilt as normal, and I'll show you that later. Now it's time for me to show you my favorite feature of the Design Store, which is our new Picture Stitcher. Like I mentioned earlier, you can take any photo that is your favorite photo that you have taken from something like a vacation, or maybe your grandbaby or your puppy, whatever it is, and you're like, I really love this photo and I think it would make just the cutest quilt design. And you can pop it in this software, and it is going to make a design for you, and you'll have some abilities to edit it. So let me stop talking about it and show you how to use it. So you're going to go into Picture Stitcher on the top here, and it is going to prompt you to upload a file. So let's browse a file here, and I'll look at my pictures. And I have selected this one of some of my quilting friends that I got to see earlier this year. And I can do any cropping that I want to do in the next screen. So like I'm not gonna want a lot of this background of the trees, but I think that'll be good. And then I'm gonna click Save and Next, and it's going to start converting. Now this is the part where you need to be patient, because it can take a little bit of time, and it's got the little bar there now kind of showing you how long it's going to take. What you don't want to do is you don't want to refresh, and you don't want to hit the back, or you're going to have to start all over again. So I don't know, go get yourself a cup of tea. It just depends on how big and complicated your photo is, that it's going to take the software to come up with that first file. So just let it work, and then we'll show you the next step. So it has completed that and come up with a design for me. So let me zoom out just so you can see a little bit better. All right, so that is what it has come up with. So now I can make some decisions. I can stitch this out as is, but as you can see, it's going to have 119 separate stitch segments. That just means I'm going to have trim lines that I have to do. And that's fine if this is like the detail that I want in this picture. Or I can declutter. And declutter is going to allow me to kind of tell it maybe the size of things I want to get rid of by just kind of like sliding this around and cutting back down the number of stitch segments. Or I can be more particular. So maybe I want a few things to go, but maybe like I'll get rid of all of our wrinkles. So I'm going to go to precise, and then I can click on some of the ones that I want to get rid of. So those are some smile lines. Looks like if I get rid of that, I'm going to lose part of her nose. So maybe I'll do some more sliding, just kind of see what it's going to give me. Oh, I kind of like that. And then if it like took out more things that I want it to take, I can also click back on with the declutter, with the precise. And you'll see it highlight in red, and it will bring back some of those things I want it to bring back. So let me just kind of keep playing with this. Need to zoom in so I can see a little bit better on what I'm working on, and then I'll show you the final design that I'm going to stitch out later. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that I've come up. I've decluttered from 119 to 24, so I'm only gonna have 24 breaks, but still able to keep the details that I like to kind of show off our features and our friendship, especially the smiles. So now I'm ready to click on Next. And this is where I can join the pattern if I don't mind a few extra lines that are put in there. So I can just kind of play with this and hit apply. And kind of take a look, and we've got like one here that kind of goes across her eye here, and it kind of brought it down to 11. I don't really love that, so I'm just going to back it up a little bit. And you can see it's doing it by your stitch distance. All right, so that's better because I don't have that line across. I think I really like the way this is looking. I'm down to 14 stitch segments, so now I'm going to click Next. And you can see I went from 119 to 14, so that's a lot less thread breaks, and I'm still going to have a great stitched out design. So at this point, we're going to finalize. In the finalization, we can watch it draw out, get an idea of what those paths are going to look like. And you can choose your speed of your drawing here. It defaults on medium. And at any point in the process, you can always go back and make additional adjustments as you want to, or completely start over if you're like, maybe this photo that I have isn't going to make the best design, or it's not exactly what I thought it would look like now that I've looked at it in this. But I think we're good to go, so we're going to hit Next. I have spent hours, just so you know, this is so much fun to play with. I have spent hours like pulling photos and coming up with different designs, and then now I'm basing quilts on I'm going to use these designs. All right, so it's time for me to save my design to my library. And now it's going to ask me to put in some information about that. So we'll give it a title. And I designed this, so I'm going to call myself the designer. And then what it's for. And this is really going to be a good block design. I'm just going to call it square. And I can also add this to a folder that I have created in the design store in the My Design section, or I can add it to other existing photos. So I think I have one in here called Ange, and now I click Save to Library, and then it's going to ask me one more thing, and that is just to select a category for it. And you can also add your own categories, which is fun too. And there is my design in the design store. I'm just going to download it like we download anything and put it right into QCT. Then it's time for me to show you how to stitch out your designs so you can see exactly what it's going to look like from what you purchased. It's so much fun to see the designs that I purchased come to life, like this border and corner and that triangle design. I am absolutely loving how my picture stitcher design is looking. I can't stop watching it stitch out. Oh my, that was so much fun creating a design with Picture Stitcher and stitching it out. So be sure that you check out our new design store on graceframe.com so that you can get your design on and then your stitch on. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content and inspiration for all your quilting dreams. I'm going to get back to stitching out some of those other patterns that I purchased. Until next time, bye.